Hello friends, now today we are discussing about the one new problem. A force 20 Newton, 30 Newton, 40 Newton, 50 Newton and 60 Newton are acting at one of the angular point of regular hexagon toward other five angular points taken in order. Find the magnitude and direction of resultant force. Now if you see here in this figure, there is one hexagon. As we know that the property of hexagon, the internal angle, this internal angle is of 120 degree. 120 degree. It means that if we are making the four equal part, it will be of 30, 30, 30 degree. 30, 30 it becomes a 60, 30, 30 it becomes a 60, 60, 60 it becomes a total 120. And from each angular projection, there is one force which is passing from these angular points. And this is first force is of 20, second is of 30, 40, 50 and 60 respectively. And for this such arrangement, we have to find out the resultant force R. And resultant force is nothing but what? The single force which will be producing the same effect as it is produced by this number of forces. Such a force is called as a resultant force. And for this such a resultant force, we have to analyze by using the resolution method. Now let us resolve these forces first along with the horizontal and vertical axis. Now, as we have previously said that if the force is already horizontal or vertical, it did not be required to resolve. It means that this 20 Newton force and this 50 Newton force is not be required to resolve. Only the inclined forces is required to be resolved here. Now, very first, this 30 Newton force is making an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. It is very important to locate the angle which is made by the force with the either with the horizontal axis or either with the vertical axis. Now here this 30 Newton force making an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal axis. Therefore, this 30 cos 30, it will be the resolve force over here. This will be the resolve force over here. Now, as we know that where this angle lies, that component is always cos component and other component is of sine component. Now similarly for this 40 Newton force, if we see here with the horizontal axis, it makes an angle of this 30 plus 30, it becomes a 60 degree angle over here. This makes an angle of 60 degree along with the horizontal axis. Now here cos 60, 40 cos 60 is will be the horizontal component. 40 cos 60 will be the horizontal component and 40 sin 60 will be the vertical component. Here, if you are making the angle with the vertical axis, it will be of 30 degree. It will be of 30 degree. If we are considering the angle with the vertical axis, it will be of 30 degree. In that case, this component will be of cos component and this component will be of sine component and the angle will be of 30 degree. But we are considering the angle with the horizontal axis over here. Now, similarly for this 60 Newton force, we are considering this vertical axis angle with the vertical axis is of 30 degree. 30 degree, that's why this component is of cos component and this component is of sine component. Okay, when the angle is adjacent to that particular force is called a cos component and the other side is of sine component. Remember this one. Now once you are resolving these forces, next step is that we have to make the summation of all horizontal forces and summation of all vertical forces. Now let us make the summation of all horizontal forces first. Now as we have seen, this first 20 Newton force is going horizontally in the right side direction. That's why we are taking it as a positive. Okay. Next, this 30 cos 30, this force is going in the right side direction. That's why it is also considered as positive. Next, this 40 cos 60 is going right side direction. That's why it is also positive. And this 60 sin 30, it is going in the left side direction. That's why it is considered as a negative force. Okay, now let us put this all together and make the calculation. This one is 20 positive, this 30 cos 30 is positive, 40 cos 60 is positive, and minus 60 sin 30 is negative. Now make the calculation over here. Now put the values. First, let us put this 20 plus cos 30 cos 30 plus 40 cos 60 minus 60 sin 30. If you calculate this one, the answer is 35.98. 35.98. It means that 36 Newton. Round of this value, we'll be getting 36 Newton. Okay. Similarly, we have to do this calculation for the vertical axis. Now let us take all these forces, vertical forces. Now if you see here, this 20 Newton force is horizontal. That's why we are not considering in the vertical forces. Okay. Now let us start with this force. This 30 sin 30 is going vertically upward. That's why it is positive. Similarly, this 40 sin 60 is going vertically upward. That's why it is also positive. This 50 Newton force is vertically upward. That's why it is also considered as positive. And last one, this 60 sin 30 is also going in the vertical upward. That's why we take it as positive. All these four forces are going vertically upward. That's why we are considering all these forces positive. Now let us take one by one. This 30 sin 30 plus 40 sin 60 plus 50 plus 60 cos 30. Now let's make the addition. Now 30 sin 30 plus 40 sin 60 plus 50 plus 60 cos 30. It is very important to make the calculation accurately, put the input correctly. Wherever the signs are there, we have to make the sign. Where the cos is there, we have to make the cos. When it is a plus or minus, the correct sign we have to use in the calculator. Otherwise, we'll be getting the wrong answers. Okay, we'll be getting 151.6. Let us check 151.6 Newton. And both these values are positive. That's why this will be lies in the resultant will be lies in the first quadrant. Now let us see. This horizontal force is going positive. That's why we take it as positive in this direction, and resultant of vertical component of vertical force is positive. That's why it is going vertically upward. Now we have to make the calculation of resultant R, under root of summation h square plus summation v square. Now summation h is 36 square and summation v is 151.6. Now make the calculation. Under root into bracket 36 square plus 151.6 square, bracket complete, you'll be getting 155.8. Now similarly, this is the magnitude of your resultant force R, and the position is nothing but what? It makes an angle with the horizontal. Now if you see here, this is the resultant R, and it is making an angle with the horizontal that we have to find out. To find out this one, we have to draw the parallelogram. Now to draw the parallelogram, this side and this side will be equal, and this side and this side will be equal, and this one is the diagonal of your parallelogram, and here this angle that we have to find out. And as we know that due to this geometry, this tan theta is equal to how much? The tan theta is equal to opposite side upon opposite side upon adjacent side. Now here tan theta is equal to then summation v upon summation h, summation of all vertical forces divided by summation of all horizontal forces, and the intensity is, as we know, that 151.6 divided by 36. Now put this value and you will be getting the answer. Now we have to find out the theta. That's why we have to take the tan inverse. Find the tan inverse. Tan inverse of 151.6 divided by 36. You'll be getting answer 76.6. 76.6. This is making an resultant which is making an angle with the horizontal. The magnitude of your resultant is 155.8 Newton, and the position, it makes an angle 76.6 with the horizontal. By such a way, we can easily find out resultant and position of resultant by using the resolution of force for any kind of a problem. Okay, thank you for the listening.